Aries family, hello and welcome to your September 2024 tarot forecast. I'm Ms. Eden and Aries fam, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. This is going to be a general reading for Aries sun, moon, and rising signs. Y'all, if you aren't sure of your moon or rising sign, there's plenty of online resources if you Google a birth chart calculator, or also plenty of astrology apps that'll give you your birth chart info as well. Y'all, know that if you don't catch this video right after I post it, that's okay. Whenever you feel that tingle, that right timing to watch, know that that was the time for you to check out this message. And I do hope that there's something in this message for you, wonderful Aries family. Welcome back to all the subscribers. I'm so happy that you're here, and I have loved all of your comments. Thank you so much for all of your likes, your shares. It has really been lovely to grow the family, so thank you, y'all. Thank you so much, and keep those comments coming. I love hearing from y'all. And to all of the new subscribers, welcome. We have grown this family quite a bit, and I'm just so happy that you're here. Thanks for joining us. Welcome, welcome. Y'all, if you are enjoying what you see here, I also have an Instagram. I don't dabble too much on all the different platforms, but I do have an Instagram, and so you can check out that link in my bio. Head over there for all sorts of things that don't always make it over to my YouTube here. All right, beautiful Aries. Let's talk a little bit about the astrology of September before we get into your reading. Coming into September on the 1st, we have Uranus going retrograde in the sign of Taurus. The same day as Uranus going retrograde, Pluto, which is currently retrograding, will move back into the sign of Capricorn. So that's on September 1st. I think I'm going to go down the whole line, and then I'll debrief with y'all in a minute. On the 2nd, we have a new moon in Virgo, which is a really lovely energy to work with. So that will be on September 2nd, right after Uranus goes retrograde and Pluto slides back into Capricorn. Pluto retrograde, I should say, slides back into Capricorn. Then mid-month on September 17th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, a very dreamy, emotional, intuitive sign. After the full moon lunar eclipse, we have on the 22nd of September, the fall equinox and Libra season beginning. So moving from earth sign Virgo into air sign Libra. And then a couple of other notes to just keep in mind, because we are in a bit of retrograde season. I know that Mercury just came out of retrograde, y'all, but we also have Saturn retrograding at this moment in the sign of Pisces, as well as Neptune retrograding in the sign of Pisces. So what are the themes here? From here on out to the rest of the year, Aries fam, there is going to be a pickup in the pace of the energy. We are going to see a lot of big changes happen between now and December. They're going to happen pretty suddenly and pretty fast. And I hope y'all caught like a breath with that Mercury retrograde in August, because yeah, the pace is really going to be picking up on the collective scale. We are going to be dealing with a lot of big shifts with our power structures. That's that Uranus in Taurus, Pluto, which has been in Capricorn since 2008. And now it's been doing this little dance between Pluto has been doing its little dance between Capricorn and Aquarius. Aquarius is where Pluto is moving towards. Again, away from Earth energy, Capricorn, and towards air, Aquarius. So this is all about redefining our power structures, which currently are top down. Very few at the top have the power, and there are many at the bottom who are in need, especially of great change with that power dynamic. So with Pluto retrograde moving back into Capricorn, we're going to see from here until November, really kind of the end of the year. But I believe it finally moves ahead into Aquarius in November, early mid-November. We're going to see a lot of truths with our governmental systems, our financial systems. That's that Uranus and Taurus energy, or Taurus, like earth sign, money, resources. Capricorn, all about control, structure, power, right? Pluto, also very much about power and control dynamics. So Uranus is really like the bringer of sudden and swift great change. It's a sky god, if you think back to mythology. So think about storms and lightning and wind, right? We might see a pickup in those kind of events while Uranus is retrograding, or especially while Uranus is in Taurus, we might see an uptick in more volcanic and earthquake activity, more like tectonic related activity, since Uranus is in an earth sign, literally ground shaker, right? Like kind of that tower card. It brings in, it's a wonderful planet for learning a lot of new things, Uranus energy. However, it also will correct wherever we're off course pretty swiftly and severely. So it can feel like a little bit of that tower card energy. A lot of, like I said, truths are going to be coming to light about this kind of power dynamic that we've been under for a long time as humanity. It's going to be important for us to stay objective during all these swift, sudden, big changes that make us feel really, unstable. That's the word. Uranus energy. There we go, right? It's going to be important that we, again, stay objective, think critically, ask a lot of questions, do our research, check twice, check thrice, right? Those sources. And with the full moon eclipse mid-month, on top of all these planets in Pisces, Saturn and Neptune, both retrograding in Pisces, there is a big emphasis for the collective to get really serious and disciplined about their spiritual development. Pisces, right? We might have a lot of opportunity to connect with those energies beyond the veil, you could say, through meditation, through dream work, especially with Pisces. So some of y'all might be having very interesting dreams right now. Do not be surprised if spirit tries to connect with you through the dream world, or certainly through any state of stillness and quiet, where you take out a lot of the day-to-day commotion and fuss from our minds, right? From our this, you quiet the internal dialogue. That's when all of that intuitive knowledge and spiritual guidance can be received. So again, with all these shifts and changes, it's important to stay grounded. Don't stay too focused on what's going on around. I mean, keep aware of what's going on around us, but not if it's stressing you out, y'all. Like, feel free to tap out if everything gets a little too much, too extra, too spicy. Your well-being is the most important thing. And I found that my well-being has skyrocketed since I've tapped out of checking the news all the time. Amazing how that happens, right? So, I want to also wrap up with, before we move into the tarot reading, I've tried to do a little bit of intuitive clairvoyance. I want to practice some more of that in some of my readings. And so I did a little bit of clairvoyance before I did your spread, Aries. And what came to me as I was focusing in on Aries in September were a few images. And again, like, as a beginner in the clairvoyant realm, I'm practicing, I'm training, right? Some of this might seem a little disconnected, disjointed. So just rock with it. See what you take from it, Aries fam. But I did see a few images pop up when I asked to check in with Aries family over September. And those messages, or images, I should say, were, the first one was like like firecracker fireworks, like not the big fireworks, but kind of like sparks, like a bunch of little sparks I saw. So that's the first one, like sparks of energy, of light, followed by a, a large wave of water. And then finally, I wasn't sure about this one. This image popped up in between the wave and the sparks. But when I asked for clarity, it came back up again and explained. So I will speak to it. But I saw what I thought initially was like a piece of Swiss cheese, like with the holes in it. And what Spirit clarified for me, it looked, instead, it became more of like a wall with holes in it, kind of like Swiss cheese, so round holes. And so what I'm picking up is there's a lot of energy sparking up, the sparks for my Aries this month. A lot of emotions. There might be some emotional, overwhelming situations, events, conversations, people that happened for my Aries this month with that tidal wave. Again, water, emotions, right? It was coming from the future. So maybe something from the, kind of the side that I'm taking from more future oriented as opposed to past oriented. So maybe something about the future is making you feel overwhelmed emotionally this month. And then the hole in the wall, the Swiss cheese wall, I'll call it. Yeah, it's like, I also saw, it was like, in prisons, they have the visitors wall where you sit on either side of the plexiglass or the glass. I don't know what exactly material it is. It was like that, but the Swiss cheese wall where the holes were windows, and you could sit there on this cute little like retro. It was all really mod and very colorful as well, but you could sit there on this little stool and look through the window and talk to someone. I gathered on the other side. And so what I'm picking up from that is, again, like boundaries. That wall is important. That's your boundary. There's some holes in it with certain people who you're communicating or in contact with. So maybe boundaries are important with these people and you're partially letting them down, or conversely, Aries, you are doing a good job with setting some boundaries with others where you're like, you just talk to me through the wall now. Because again, this is a general reading, so take it how it vibes best with you, beautiful Aries. I would love to hear some comments on that. I'm really excited to keep working on these clairvoyant messages and growing that side of this. So yeah, definitely let me know, y'all, if y'all like that. If you want to have more of those kind of messages, please let me know in the comments. Aries, here we go into your tarot reading. Thank you for rocking with me through all that business. Here you are starting off the month. Yes, Empress energy. This is creating an empire through a space of relaxed creation, like creativity. Through knowing that stillness and rest is productive in a very powerful way. She's the only one in the entire deck who sits on pillows. So again, she's comfortable. You've been making yourself comfortable in your state of creation. You've been enjoying and just reveling in whatever it is my Aries have been creating recently. This is beautiful. This can also be a card that could indicate pregnancy for some. I know that's not going to be for all of my Aries, but she can give birth to many things, the Empress. Okay, so that includes children. Just something to be mindful about if y'all are not looking to grow the family. If you are, congrats. That's beautiful. The energy surrounding my Aries this month is justice. Yeah, very karmic, truth-oriented. You're not sitting on that comfy pillow throne because you got enmeshed in everybody else's heavy emotions. Fuck no, Aries. You were like, balance. First and foremost, karma, truth. Don't come at me if it's not balanced and true. I'm not here for it. So you might have done a lot of work this summer, discovering a lot of truths for you, my Aries family. You might have worked through and released some karmic situations that have been bogging you down from the past, found some balance in knowing and understanding, learning the truth in some matters, the deeper understanding. But this card is all not at all interested in being emotionally involved in any situation. So again, like you're all about justice, power to the people, but also through balance, through truth. Yeah, absolutely. Aries, powerful. I know that was a bit of a struggle last month for a lot of y'all, because there was a lot of different dynamics at play that were pulling on your energies, your mental energies, your emotional, your heartstrings. So yeah, good for y'all with that Justice card. At the base of your reading, 10 of Cups reversed. So you might, again, I think y'all got this in the last month too. Maybe I'll have to go back and check. But there still might be a delay, Aries, in y'all reaching that culmination, that emotional fulfillment, happy ending, that rainbow at the end of the road that you're like, that's the goal, that's where I want to be. Still might be finding some delays. And again, we're still in a heavy retrograde season. Don't just think because Mercury went direct, like, oh, everything's all handy dandy. Remember, we also have Uranus retrograde, Saturn and Neptune retrograde, Pluto retrograde. All right, so happy endings are coming, but from here to the end of the year for the collective, it's about getting everything in order, learning what we need to learn, adapting through the changes, shifts, and transitions that are coming for us, because we got to get through all of that before we can stabilize and find that fulfillment that we want, right? Pardon the sirens. Sorry, Aries family. So that's at the base of your reading this month. Is you are still very focused on your end all be all, like your goals, where you see yourself most fulfilled emotionally in life. That's no surprise. I know that definitely sounds like some Aries energy right there. Absolutely. Okay, so don't worry if it's still hitting delays. That just means other things need to click into place first, Aries family. And you may not know what those are yet. They haven't even happened. They need to happen first. And then when you get to this, because it's not that you're not getting to it, you're working hard to get there. It's just, you got to let everything click into place. And then when you get here, when that flips right side up, you'll understand why the timing had to be the way it was, right? Hindsight 2020. In the recent past, y'all, again, like from the events of last month, you are no longer wanting whatever. Okay, let me back it up. I'm getting tongue-tied. You are clear on kind of the universe just came in with like, no, you spoke too soon. Okay, sorry, I had to take a pause there. Let me back it up, Aries. I apologize. Okay, so some of y'all, I'm not going to say erase what I just said on this card, scratch it. No, because this is a general reading. For some of y'all, that holds true about a delay. For others, oh my goodness, wow. Let me see if it comes back to me. It just went out of my mind. I thought it was important that I was like, no, I got to go back. But then, whoops, as soon as I was just like ready to speak on it, Spirit was just like, nope, it's you're good. You good. Keep it the right way. If it comes back, I'll speak to it. Okay, thanks for rocking with the back and forth. Sorry. Sometimes I do need to slow down, make sure that if Spirit's talking to me, that I listen and provide that message for y'all as well. So this is again about, let me see if it comes back, not being emotionally invested in what you used to be. You're not, what used to fill your cup is not anymore. And I think there it is. That's what's coming back to me now. It's like maybe for some of my Aries, the end of the rainbow has changed. It used to be one thing. And now, since this summer, I suppose, or of late recently, it's shifted. And now maybe for why it's upside down is like you're not quite sure what this happy ending, emotional fulfillment looks like exactly. You're tweaking that again for some of y'all. And that's just it. Is like you've had the events of the past come through, this Four of Cups reversed, where you're just like, I'm not interested in what's being offered anymore. The warning here, because it's reversed in the past, right? So this is how you've been feeling, Aries. The warning here is that you're missing opportunities and messages from spirit, from the universe, because you're really focused on the dissatisfaction of where you are or where you aren't yet. When you get in that mindset, remember what energy you freaking came in to the month with. Empress energy. Yes. All right. So don't, like, when that starts happening with the, my emotional cups aren't full. Like, okay, acknowledge it. But then take a step back, Aries, and recognize that, one, you recognize that a change is needed. Great. Excellent. Okay, you've put it out there to the universe that a change is needed. Then receive, be patient and receive. Be open to receiving, because the universe will provide. It just always comes in a package that we least expect. So don't block yourself because you're so focused on the dissatisfaction of late. And there you are, because crowning your reading, it's just leading to grief, to disappointment, and who's let you down, what situations have let you down. Not all of those situations that have left you, Aries, were good for you. One of those situations that you were emotionally attached to was poisonous for you. Some of those cups that fell away had poison. So remember that you do still have some emotional cups there. Take one, drink from it, nourish yourself. Bring the other with you on your journey as you move forward. Things have to fall away in order for new and better things to come in. You have to make space for it. You can't just keep cramming on top of it. It just doesn't work that way, right? You ever seen that Simpsons episode where they, like, the town stuffs all the garbage in, like, underneath the town or something? I don't know. And then there's so much garbage, they can't stuff it anymore. They have to move the whole town down the road to get away from the garbage stink and rats and stuff. So yeah, again, like, just know that whatever's falling away, whatever has created some grief, some sorrow, some disappointment for you that you are really emotionally attached to, that some of that needed to leave, because here's your future. Freaking brand new energy, brand new creative ideas and fire and freedom and adventure. So this is coming up like mid-month, end of the month for September, right, for you. That's why this is getting cleared, so that you have the energy for the next steps, and you have the energy to figure out what's going to be my rainbow happy emotional cup fulfillment ending. Beautiful. Ace of Wands. Lean into your creativity. When things are getting dark, lean into your creativity. And also, what I've been saying to a lot of the other signs is when we're met with discomfort, Aries, begin meeting discomfort with curiosity. Ask it questions. It has something to teach you. You have something to learn from it. That's why it's popping up. Right? So this isn't happening yet for a reason. You have things to learn. You might be missing some signs from the universe because you're caught up in the disappointment, the grief. For some of y'all, you could have experienced maybe a big loss recently. Yeah. Deep change. Here you are, here and now. So whenever you catch this video, again, it doesn't have to be right after I post, but death, transformation, all about shedding an old skin and releasing an old cycles, learning what you need to learn to be rebirthed into a new iteration of yourself. This card does not always mean actual death. Very rarely does it ever. But maybe with that grief card there, maybe some of my Aries are dealing with some loss that comes from losing someone. I'm deeply sorry if that is the case for any of my Aries family this month, if you've lost anyone close, and that's just thrown you off, perhaps. Here's how other people see you. Yeah, again, there might be someone, this might have to do with someone from the past, whoever you've lost, whatever disappointment or grief you're feeling. This is that Six of Cups, how people see you. So you're nostalgic. You're being nostalgic, maybe reaching out to old friends, which is great. You know, make sure that they're people that can support you, lift you up. A judgment-free zone, people that you trust completely. But lean into your little bit of that old-timey friendships. If you got them, lean into them, and you trust them, lean into them. So that's how other people are seeing you. Just, again, like a little bit nostalgic, thinking about the past, connecting maybe with people from the past. A lot of retrograde cycle energy. Your hopes and fears are, again, I know, it just keeps looking like, for my Aries. But your hopes and fears are that your expectations aren't going to be met. This is not a romantic card. It's not cups. For once, you didn't get a cups, Aries, this month. A lot of emotions, though. This is all about the disappointment we experience from our expectations not being met. And we got to be careful with expectations. We got to be really careful with expectations, because a lot of the time they can lead to disappointment. A lot of the time they're unfortunately not based in reality of what can happen or what someone can provide or give you, or a situation can provide or give you. So you're very concerned this month, Aries, again, about whatever situation that has happened in the past recently for you, I'm thinking, because a lot of this is like kind of coming into the month, and in the future you're looking good, but the past looks a little bit heavy. And so, yeah, it's important that you recognize that, again, it's tied to your expectations. Maybe we need to evaluate our expectations and remember that those can be dangerous things when we set them upon other people or situations, projects, jobs, communities. It can always be a little dangerous because we're at risk of being disappointed. How often do things live up to our expectations? Yeah. Final message for my Aries this month. Look at that. Wheel of Fortune's changing for you, boo. Told you, with that Empress fucking energy, that justice energy, like whatever you've gone through, whatever has rocked your world, that wave, remember I told you I saw in my little vision, my tap in earlier, that emotional wave that you've been riding, you're on the upswing. You're not going to get crushed under the wave anymore. You're going to ride it from the top, the crest, and just let that sail you into the next phase. The wheel is always turning. It's never, again, the only constant in life is change. It's never the same thing all the time. Things always change. But for you, Aries, things are changing for the better. And it's going to happen fast. Page of Swords. You're, again, tied in with that Justice card. Like, whatever you've been through has allowed you to disconnect emotionally. I'm sorry if that means that it's been so much for you that that's been the only choice for your own kind of self-preservation, has been to just, I have to completely detach and, not take in any of what's been going on. Or, yeah, so this is all about, again, intellect, truth, our minds, what we're thinking, clarity, right? This is very fast-moving energy, this Page of Swords. This is about being very mentally sharp, like a tack. You're going to know exactly what steps you need to take, because remember, this is what's coming up in your future. You're going to have that fire, that energy, and it's seeding from a space of relaxed creation with that Empress energy, because you've been able to emotionally disconnect justice and get to the truth of a matter. I think for a lot of my Aries, this is going to be playing out different. For some of y'all, it might be about relationship dynamics. Some stuff might pop up for my Aries around that full moon eclipse mid-month, right? But I do think for a lot of the fam, whatever has hurt you already has the emphasis on the it has in the past. And so you're a little bit in the picking up the pieces and rebuilding right now, Aries. And you are moving forward. So lean in, like I said, to your creative sides. All right, lose yourself, like where you get so into something that you're passionate about that you lose awareness of space and time. That's your key this month to really taking yourself out of this grief. And also remember to stay spiritually open and connected, because Spirit's trying to connect with you and send you support, send you light, send you love. All right, beautiful Aries. You got a lot of big shifts and changes coming. You are shedding out the old, releasing things that no longer serve you. And that must happen so that you can make space for all these beautiful new things to come. You are the Phoenix this month, beautiful Aries. Sending you so much love. Come and check out this video again, maybe mid-month, end of the month. See how some of this is hitting and resonating for you. Let me know in the comments. I gotta hear, especially with that intuitive clairvoyance bit in the beginning. Aries, much love for September. Talk with y'all soon.